So Battleshapers is an action-packed first-person shooter roguelike. It's set in a sci-fi universe where you play as an android who fights back against boss robots that we call overlords to take back the city that once belonged to you.
Battleshapers being a roguelike game, it's a game that players will have to go through several times. And it's a game where it's part of the genre that the player will face problems, die, start over. And so what we wanted is to make sure that the player has zero frustration when playing the game. So playtesting the game with outside playtesters was really important for us to find where are the pain points, the friction points, so that we can remove all the frustration from the game and so that the player can have the best experience with the title. Running external playtests is always a logistical pain for developers. We have to find the right players. We have to prepare a survey for them, prepare questions that we want to ask them. We have to gather their feedback. We have to analyze all of it. We have to prepare for video capture of their playtime. And that's something that Antidote helped us all do it in one place, basically. This is a big workload that is off our shoulders and that we can delegate to a partner like Antidote. We use the Antidote platform to create our own playtests, all from our browser, creating a playtest session, uploading our build, sharing the questions that we want to ask the players, but also identify which type of players we wanted to test the game with. Are they casual, hardcore players? What kind of genre are they used to play? So we were able to find our target audience and validate that our game was resonating with that audience.
We feel like we actually got a good amount of actionable data out of the playtest. So we could consult videos, we could benefit from the survey that we also opted into. That was very handy to summarize all the points of friction, all the good points as well, and the opportunities that we could take to improve the game. So consulting all of that made it quick for us to action our next steps on. So that was very much one of the advantages of working with Antidote.
One benefit of getting the game out into the players' hands via the platform is that we're testing the game on different hardware, and it allows us to make sure that performance are good across multiple CPUs or GPUs that the different players have on the platform.
One more thing that comes to mind that we improved on, or we actually could validate and tweak further after running the playtest, was the duration of sessions. It was always something that we wanted to keep a close eye on to make sure that like the whole run in the game has a target time that we can fit in with. So looking at the length and the duration of the sessions and how players progressed in the game helped us validate that we needed to speed things up and provide a faster kind of progression in the game, which we've adapted in the builds after the playtest.
The platform is like it's a wizard, like boop, 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 boop. It's really easy to use.
Yeah, I think the interface is built very well. We know where to find the information, where to go in order to look at the segmentation of the players, like who is from where, what their profile is, and consult the videos as well, the recorded sessions. All of that is really put in nicely in an accessible platform. So we were quite happy with it.
Yes, the UX report that Antidote provided us helps us speed up the analysis time of our play sessions. So we, on our end, add less time to spend on analyzing ourselves the results. We have the input of a professional UX designer to understand what players were experiencing with our title. So this helped us greatly get more value out of each play sessions.
It was also very nice to have a neutral take on some of the comments, which is sometimes something that causes bias or like hot reactions within the team. So having a little bit more of a, like, this is the feedback, but also you need to look at it with those lens, right? You need to look at it in this way. It doesn't mean that because the score on this point is at that level that it means that it's bad. Maybe it means because people didn't understand this part, or like the nuance aspect, that extra level of information to come with the actual data of the playtest was helpful in our capacity to analyze it afterwards. I would say we saved a significant amount of time. I wouldn't know exactly how much, but as Nick was mentioning, the whole setup, like coming up with the questions, the whole logistics of it, distributing the build, and everything to actually actionate on setting up the playtest, I think is significant. So I wouldn't know exactly how much we saved, but I can tell that it was a noticeable amount of time for sure. It was a big advantage for us to go through Antidote.
Overall, considering the different playtests in time that we've done, we've saved, I think it's fair to say we saved some days of work of just looking for participants, setting up the session, and then recording everything, gathering everything, and analyzing all the data. I think it's fair to say that we've saved quite an amount of days that we were able to spend acting on the feedback that we gathered instead of setting up the sessions.
The turnaround time for getting support from your team to set up the playtest was quite fast. It was like very quick. So no like waiting time all that much. So for us, it's important because when we do want to schedule a playtest, sometimes is like we need it now and quickly. So the ability to like shorten that delta between let's do it and we're doing it is really important. So I remember the process being fast as well, and no latency, so to speak.
Working with the UX team was very fluid experience for us. It was like discussing with somebody from our team, and we were able to get their take on our game and quickly turn around and be able to act on that feedback. I would recommend other developers to use Antidote just for the time that you save setting up a new playtest session. It's already worth it, but on top of that, with the UX report that we're able to get out of those play sessions, it's even more worth it.